Oh, híjole. What a versatile shout. For moments of wonder or when plans go south. When a friend shares bad news, you gasp in dismay. Híjole, that's awful, is what you might say. But when the chick comes after dining in style, you mutter híjole with a nervous smile. And if your neighbor brags of wild bedroom feats, híjole, really? While hiding defeat. It's harmless and fun, a word for the ages, expressing life's drama in all of its stages. Hee hee hee.
Coffee and Headlines is brought to you by the generous support of our viewers and the following community partners: Best Cord Cutting TV, Bravo's Restaurant Bar, El Rey Lounge de Versalles, Joint Boutique Hotel and Cowork, Monson Brewing Company, Puerto Vallarta Neurofeedback, Puerto Vallarta Owners Reps, Oculto, and Siam Cocina Thai. Thank you for your support, and thank you for supporting our community partners. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Coffee and Headlines. This is our morning get-together live on Facebook and now also live on YouTube, where we break down news from our city, our state, and country. We fish for what's relevant to us and we bring it to the table while we eagerly look at your comments and questions and suggestions about Puerto Vallarta as a community of English-speaking locals. And we put all the pieces together in hopes that we can have a more connected life here in our city. I am so happy to see more people watching from Facebook. Well, Karen is watching. I'm not watching from Facebook, watching from YouTube. Karen is watching from YouTube this morning. And I see that Susan Davidson is watching us live for the first time. Susan, what a pleasure to see you from the land of YouTube. And I see a new face as well, Cal Edgar. Good morning. It's Trudy from sunny Winnipeg watching on YouTube. Of course, I'm thrilled to see friends from YouTube and I'm thrilled to see friends from Facebook. So you all get along now. Today is Friday, April 11. Oh my God, what a week. But it's approaching the end. I will be having a fun, restful weekend, and I hope that your weekend is blessed with all kinds of wonderful things. I have editing and catch-up work to do, and of course, tomorrow I'm getting together with my dear friends Claudio and Lucas up the river, and I couldn't be happier because every time I go up the Quale to hang out with my friends, I come back replenished with great energy. Okay, enough sighing. Let me go down the road of the news that we have accumulated today. We have a couple of local things, and then I couldn't help bringing up two totally unrelated items, but they amused me and intrigued me. Hopefully, they will have a similar effect on you. But for starters, Puerto Vallarta's infrastructure continues to strengthen thanks to the recent approval of 3 new street paving projects that will be carried out in the coming weeks. The Public Works Award Committee, headed by Mayor Luis Munguia, approved the hydraulic concrete paving of Grulla and Flamingo streets in the Los Sauces neighborhood, as well as the cobblestone paving with grooved concrete threads on Rio Danubio Street in the Lopez Mateos neighborhood. Little by little, all of our streets are becoming more drivable, more walkable, and this is thanks to budget and grants and programs that were made available at the state level. So, yay. And then this is important as part of the mayor's administration's priority actions to strengthen water infrastructure. SEAPAL will launch a new well It is well 42, and it is located in the El Remance neighborhood next to the Quale River. This new well will provide approximately 30 liters per second to improve the availability of drinking water for the benefit of thousands of Puerto Vallarta families. The only downside is that in order to connect this new well, this the SEAPAL needs to shut down temporarily water shortages today and tomorrow in the following neighborhoods. This would be in Cinco de Diciembre, Altavista, Benito Juárez, Centro, Conchas Chinas, Emiliano Zapata, El Caloso, El Cerro, Gastronómicos, Las Canoas, Las Peñas, Lázaro Cárdenas, López Mateos, Olímpica, and in the hotel zone. So if I mentioned your neighborhood and you don't have any water, well, it's being worked on by SEAPAL, and hopefully your water service will be reinstated by tomorrow. But knowing that there's a new well means that the city has more access to this precious liquid. And let's see, also in the news, since Puerto Vallarta's traffic regulations don't currently allow for their planned parking meter program, the city council is reforming the rules. That's right. These reforms are being reviewed by committees before the city starts the bidding process for installing parking meters in key areas. In other words, traffic meters and parking meters are coming to Puerto Vallarta, it seems. And from what I've read, this is going to happen. It's going to be a digital system. I don't know how that works, but I believe they are doing digital parking meters in the city of Guadalajara. I don't know how it works, but what can I tell you? It is what it is. I think from what I've read that the city is working on finding out ways to support homes that are in the downtown area, which is where they're planning on installing the parking meters, so that residents who don't happen to have their own parking garage are not affected by this new modality. So I'll keep you posted on this as it will affect many of our lives. And hopefully it will regulate the amount of the amount of traffic in Puerto Vallarta's downtown area. Now, I didn't, just as an FYI, I didn't prepare a news note today for this, but from what I read, traffic in the neighboring municipality of Bahía de Banderas, that is the whole stretch from Bucerias to the entrance of Puerto Vallarta, has been absolutely horrible. And we're not even at Semana Santa yet. So do keep this in mind. If you're planning on getting from points north to the city quickly or vice versa, particularly if you're heading to the airport or places where you need to absolutely show up on time, do keep this in mind because it is not getting any better. And with the upcoming vacation period, it is likely to get worse. So breathe deeply and take your time. Now, let's take a look at the news. If you can't afford a Switch 2, you could always sell a kidney. I think Switch 2 is a Nintendo product, and I don't know where it's manufactured. But with all the nonsense that's going on with tariffs, I can imagine what this is about. All I can tell you is I went to buy some batteries last night or yesterday before my presentation. I went to buy some batteries, and it's one of those, like, batteries. They were made in China. They were so expensive. So I don't know if this is because of the tariffs or I don't use batteries very frequently or what. But let me get back to the weather. It is 26 degrees right now. Humidity is at 56%. And our weather forecast for today tells us that we are going to enjoy clear skies throughout the day with a high of 28 and a low of 17. Then tomorrow, Saturday, we can expect clear skies as well with a high of 28 and a low of 16. And then Sunday, clear skies again with a high of 28 and a low of 17. Now, Before I continue, again, these next items have very little, in fact, they have nothing to do with Puerto Vallarta, but indulge me, I just couldn't resist. Item number one is if somebody can explain to me, hold on, let me put this up on the screen. If somebody can explain to me why Temu is selling male underwear with pockets for smartphones, I would be eternally grateful. And just for the record, in case you're wondering, my butt looks nothing like these butts here. I'm just saying. So don't have any expectations. But kindly, snarky or legitimate, do let me know if you've enjoyed having pockets in your undies for your smartphone. And this one, don't think for a second that I'm obsessed with caca, but apparently the NASA uh, Luna Recycle Challenge, NASA has come up with this challenge for a competition seeking innovative ways to recycle solid waste on the moon for long duration missions. Apparently, there are bags in the moon full of, well, full of shit and other waste products. So, if you can come up with intelligent ways to get rid of the waste on the moon, you can be eligible to earn a 3 million prize. So, just be thinking about that. I'm just kidding. And of course, oh dear, yesterday's presentation, where we unpacked rent, got a little emotional, and I'm almost embarrassed because I got very emotional, and I'm almost fearful that people will not want to come back. But it was an exception, I promise. We usually have a lot of fun. We don't cry that much in music appreciation presentations, and the next one is bound to be really funny. Oh, that one. Yes, this is the one in which we're going to unpack um, classical tunes that you know because you've heard them everywhere in television, in commercials, in movies, so forth and so on. But will you know what they are actually called and who the composer was? We're going to have a name that tune competition, and we're accumulating great prizes that have been donated by wonderful friends, including Amy Armstrong, who's donated two comp tickets to one of her shows, and the Joint Boutique Hotel has also donated some prizes. Gary Green, our friend from the Amapas Neighborhood Association, has donated a 500 peso Amazon gift certificate, which will buy you like one teeny tiny pack of batteries. No, I'm just kidding. Anyhow, now that we're done with our tremp, our rent, our rent salute, I'm going to focus all my recreational energy on getting more fun prizes for you to show up to our next music appreciation presentation that will take place on April 24th in a couple of weeks. And of course, part of the work that I'm going to be doing today and tomorrow is editing spotlight interviews, including a wonderful conversation that I had with Empress and with our dear friend Lawrence Goodwin from El Rey Barbecue Lounge here in Versalles. Of course, he's going to have a night of jazz coming a little over a week from today. A night of jazz with Empress is going to be on Monday, April 21st, with tickets going for 200 pesos. And I can advance this much information as an FYI if you really want to go to this. She's going to be sitting in the back area. So, for those people that don't find spots in the back area, you will be able to enjoy the music through TV screens and monitors throughout the whole venue. But if you want to be up close and personal with Empress, who's just going to accompany herself with her guitar, so it'll be a lovely, intimate concert, you want to go ahead and get your tickets early. And last but not least, as always, an open invitation for anyone that is doing wonderful things that we may not know about. The Spotlight is your chance to come to the Joint Boutique Hotel on any Wednesday afternoon and be interviewed so that we can learn more about all the wonderful things you bring to the table. This coming week, I'm going to welcome Dominic Riggins, a real estate agent that is going to talk about what he's up to, what properties he's representing. And we are going to have Delilah Boku, who is readying her Sweet Dreams Eurythmics concert experience. This is going to be a tribute to the Eurythmics and, of course, the wonderful Annie Lennox. I understand there's only two performances, so I'm excited to learn more about this performance, this project, which is produced by Jordan Carnegie. Congratulations to them both, and I look forward to the interview on the 16th of this month. And of course, the following week, we welcome Rebecca Stoling, a local musician and mother who has written a children's book and has founded her own children's library, La Bible, and she was present at a recent volunteer fair. And I'm looking forward to connect with Rebecca and learn more about this wonderful project. How fun is that? And this is pretty much what I bring to the table today. Let me switch over to our chit chat section just to see who is commenting and who is here. I see wonderful good mornings, Betsy. I promise I won't get that ugly again. That emotional, I mean. Please come back to music appreciation. It won't be as sad as it was yesterday, I promise. Let's see what else we have. Happy Friday from Doug. Thank you very much. Sean, oh my God, I owe you information, Sean. I owe you torta information and I owe you Passion of Christ information. So I'll be working on you over the weekend. So please, if your ears start buzzing, it's just me doing research for your upcoming trip. Let's see what else we have. Oh, there she is again. Thank you, Betsy. Betsy says, thank you for your inspiring presentation last evening. We were all touched by your facts about rent and your personal investment in the show. Oh, my God. Thank you, Betsy. That's all I'm going to say. No day but today, as the show mantra says. Let's see. Oh, how fun! Another YouTuber. Anthony says, good morning. So excited to watch live from San Antonio, Texas. Love you, Paco, and your show, and happy to be a member. Anthony, you make my day. And, oh, fuck. I'm still emotional from last night. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you for being part of the cluster. Thank you all for being part of the cluster. Another YouTuber. Whoa! Pierre from Ottawa, Canada, watching you on a rainy day, and good morning. Oh, Peter. Oh, Peter Caesar. Pierre. It says Pierre. Pierre from Ottawa, Canada. I wish it was raining down here. It's starting to feel humid. You know what? We won't see the rain for a while, but hopefully it'll continue to be slightly cool, although not so much lately. Beth is oh my goodness, you guys are switching to the other side. Beth is watching from YouTube. I'm not going to ignore those of you that are watching on Facebook, but I'm just excited that thanks to our friends on Telmex, we are able to do this in both platforms simultaneously. Maud Fountain says, good to hear you're live on YouTube. So is that 10 a.m. Puerto Vallarta time? No, it is 10:30 Puerto Vallarta time. Thank you for watching. Those look more like workout shorts instead of underwear. Well, Sean, you know, I don't think you could pay me enough money to show up at the gym with shorts like that. But if you look good on shorts like that, why don't you send the cluster some photographs so we can drool a little, maybe? Too personal? I'll back off. Let's see. Oh, Muffin. The heat is on. Still cool enough to sport hoodies and warm up pants during early morning dog walks, but by the time coffee and headlines comes around, we strip it all off. Still no pockets in our underwear, however. I love it. Maud Fountain says, I'm watching this on delay. By the way, Maud Fountain is the name of my company. My name is Randy. Hello, Randy. Um, it's nice to meet you, and it's nice to hear about your company. Please let us know what your company is about. I'm always intrigued at what keeps members of our cluster busy and inspired and happy. Let's see. Whoa! Back in the U.S. and went grocery shopping. One store had eggs for 4.50 a dozen, and another store the same eggs were 9.50 a dozen. Holy shit! That's a lot of money to pay for your morning huevos rancheros. Ouch. Um, let's see. There was a woman at the rent presentation yesterday. She was sitting alone. It was clearly a very special event for her as she was emotional. I wanted to say hello to her, but didn't get the chance. If she is watching, hello. You know, rent, I believe, was very emotional for everyone. It was certainly very emotional for me. But if I can say a couple of things, I will say a couple of things. Number one, I'm constantly surprised at how much at home I feel. Oh shit, here I go. How much at home I feel surrounded by like minded individuals. And those of you that have blessed me with your company when I express my feelings about music are really, really appreciated. I never thought that I would feel so comfortable in that room where we have our music appreciation, sometimes even more comfortable than my best friend's living room to talk about music and how it connects us to our personal life. Something else that I want to say is that works of art, these entities, these movies that we love, these books that we listen to over and over again, these pieces of music that we love and listen to live over and over again are the best friends and the most generous friends one could have because every time we revisit a work of art, we are informed with new aspects of it, or at least I am, and I certainly hope that you are. I hope you have great works of art among your closest friends. Moving right along, Ron Williams is watching from YouTube as well. That is awesome. Oh, Sean, you're the best. You already fill my cup each day. You are the best. Chris has a cue. Thank you very much. 20 degrees today here at Regina Beach, Saskatchewan. Spring is here. You know, I love saying Saskatchewan because that is such a big word, but it's a great word. I learned it from Bugs Bunny. Uh, let's see. Boom, 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 boom. Sue Wells says she will be here in 1 week from Alberta, Canada. Oh my God, all these people watching on YouTube. I love it. PSA for friends in the USA and Canada, 10:30 a.m. PV time, 10:30 a.m. MST, Mountain Standard Time, even though we're technically in CST. It, time changes. I'm so glad we don't have them anymore. Let's see. Oh dear. Paco, your emotion is what makes us all love you. Never apologize for it. Okay, it's time to go. I'm sorry I'm being a mess. I'm still very vulnerable from yesterday. So this is a good time to go cuddle with Luna. Thank you for watching. And thank you for being a part of this community. And thank you for giving me one more day of purpose. Have a great Friday, and I'll see you tomorrow morning.